Jessica Lange.
I'm just losing my mind here.
I'm Brendan.
We got this freaking psychopath in our faces.
And that's Rewind.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com.
CBS Entertainment this weekend, we go back to the Boomtown.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
It's the premiere of Landman Season 2 on Paramount Plus with Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, Sam Elliott, and Hallie Larder.
Surprised to see me?
She's back as the never low-key Angela Norris, but she told me her and Billy made sure their characters weren't all about the explosive parts.
So we had no desire just to play characters that were crass with each other.
Right.
And we also had the information that they've been through the bust and been through the boom. So they have this pain. We wanted to deeply love the flaws in each other.
All right, check out Landman Season 2 this Sunday on Paramount Plus. For CBS Entertainment, I'm Matt Wolf.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com.
From the tallest tower in the city limits of Murfreesboro to every radio in the land, WGNS AM/FM is everywhere you need us to be. When severe weather strikes,
It's the most magical day of the year, and you can watch it all live. Big G TV is where Christmas comes to life with coverage of the Murfreesboro Parade, Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. Brought to you by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Middle Tennessee Electric, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Woodfin Funeral Chapels. See every float, every smile, and the moment Santa arrives on Big G TV. Streaming at wgnsradio.com/parade.
we're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues from News Radio, WGNS. Happy you have decided to join us here this morning. Got a busy show planned for you. Mike Sparks will be by and going to have some interesting conversation there, I would assume. So we'll look at that coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We are coming to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. Yes, Middle Tennessee Electric powering the Rutherford Issues program and WGNS Radio. Celebrate the magic of Christmas in downtown Murfreesboro. It's the annual tree lighting. It's set for Friday, December 5th, starting at 6 o'clock. Again, December 5th, 6 o'clock, powered by MTE. You may recall that Sarah Callender with Main Street Murfreesboro just talked about that on the roundtable. If you missed part of the roundtable, you can go back and check the podcast. It has just gone up, actually, at wgnsradio.com or wherever you listen or watch podcast. So check it out there. And regardless, you're going to have caroling. Santa will be there. Brand new Christmas tree to light this year. I think you're going to enjoy it. Celebrate Christmas in downtown Murfreesboro, December 5th at the tree lighting ceremony. And all of that is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Let's see. Good Neighbor of the Day today. That's next on the agenda. And it's Dr. Judy Campbell, the SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day, for being a wonderful cook who shares with so many others and visiting the sick and the homebound. Just a great person, Dr. Judy Campbell today, the recipient of flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and your Good Neighbor friends here at WGNS. Thanks to Ryan Flowers and Jenny Harrison for their 5 decades plus of helping us out with the Good Neighbor of the Day. Helping out by, sending a beautiful bouquet of flowers. So Judy Campbell gets to receive those today. Compliments of Ryan Flowers. And today's Good Neighbor Moment brought to you by SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known, and committed to the people who make Rutherford County a better place to live. How can you nominate a Good Neighbor of the Day? Super simple. Text the word neighbor to 615-893-1450. WGNSradio.com/goodneighbor is another way to get it here to us as well. And from there, we'll take care of it for you. Again, text neighbor to our number or WGNSradio.com/goodneighbor. You can throw it in the mail too if you'd like. We get a few of those, maybe once a month or so. And you can call Melissa this afternoon and talk to her here. She'll take it. Name, address, phone number, sentence why you're nominating that person. That's what we need from you. Birthday Club is something we do each weekday morning as well, and Amori Swader is 16 today. So, Amori, hope you have a wonderful birthday. You're going to get to do it in style with some banana pudding from Slick Pig. Slick Pig's located at 1920 East Main Street, right here in Murfreesboro. So be sure to check out Slick Pig. I know you're going for wings and ribs and barbecue and all that. Yes, absolutely. Best you'll put in your mouth, but so are the desserts, and the banana pudding is on point. That's at Slick Pig, 1920 East Main, and Amori Swader, our Birthday Club winner, on this Thursday morning.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, let's send you outside on the Rutherford weather, live shot from downtown, high atop our studios here at WGNS. Showing that we have 50 degrees. I think we've warmed up, though, quite a bit. At the Murfreesboro Airport, it's 57. 55 at the Smyrna Airport coming in right now. And some warm days. A great Saturday. Sunday, not too shabby as well. And some nice warm temperatures. We bring some unsettled weather into the forecast next week. Let's get your forecast details first.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see sunny skies here this afternoon with a high in the mid-60s, and winds will be rather calm. Then for tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 41. By Friday, sunshine, a high of 73 degrees. Saturday, we'll see plenty of blue skies and sun, a high around 75. Sunday, mostly sunny, high around 69. Then by Monday, sunshine, high of 67 degrees. Tuesday, a chance for rain, a high of 66. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer. And we have our Futurecast pulled up here on the Rutherford Weather Radar. And let me take it back here a little bit and kind of explain what is going on right now. Nothing. And, of course, the next few days are going to be just glorious, actually. So let's go to, let's say Monday morning. Looks like Monday morning we could have scattered showers out and about. Now, this is just one forecast model showing on the 17th, some showers and storms. Not going to be terribly widespread, but we do see that on Tuesday, that's when we have a better chance of showers and heavy downpours. This is midnight, so we could have an overnight deal. And right now, there are some signs that point to possible severe weather, others that don't. So right now we're just kind of on a wait and see type of situation. But as we get toward the end of this on the 28th and 29th, that's the Black Friday and the Saturday after, looks like we could have a rainy Thanksgiving. That's how it looks right now. And then some bitterly cold temperatures coming in on the backside. So I think December and the Christmas season is going to start out very chilly. That's at least the way that it looks right now. But we'll keep an eye on that for you. And, of course, that is a look at your forecast here and our fall foliage report. Just past peak time there in East Tennessee. But all across Middle Tennessee, it's peak color season here. So be sure to hit those back roads and check out the fall foliage and enjoy what Mother Nature is providing in terms of a show. That is your Rutherford weather forecast, RutherfordWX.com online. That's where you can find our social platforms, Facebook, YouTube, X. Those are the main channels that we're live on during severe and impactful weather. And if you'll like, subscribe, and turn on notifications on those channels, you're going to get updates as to when we do go live, especially on Facebook and X. You're going to get posts ahead of time. It's not something that you're going to say, gosh, they just send like 15 a day. And we're lucky to do 15 in 2 months, unless we've got some severe weather and things of that nature on the plan. Or impactful weather. We're coming up on winter season, so any snowstorms, ice, all that kind of thing, we'll keep you updated on all of that. So be sure, if you want to know about what's happening in Rutherford County, Tennessee, in terms of the weather, you need to check out Rutherford Weather, RutherfordWX.com. We've got live cameras during severe weather. Our local meteorologist, Justin Bailey, is out tracking storms, sending back a video of what's going on out in our community. Ray Miller is our meteorologist and storm specialist, so we've got you covered from border to border, the 600-plus square miles of Rutherford County. If you want to know what's happening, check it out on the Rutherford Weather Channel, RutherfordWX.com.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Well, the recent stock rally pausing today after the Dow hit a new record high yesterday. President Trump signed a stopgap funding bill to reopen U.S. government, but the economic data vacuum will persist as October CPI and job data may not be released, likely complicated by the Fed's decision ahead of its December 10th meeting, likely to complicate their decision, that is. Right now, the Dow has fallen almost 400 points. It was up over 400 yesterday at a new, fresh record, all-time record, now down 399 at 47,855. The S&P is off 78, 67, 72. NASDAQ is down 425 points at 22,980.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Want to remind you about the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade. It is on Sunday, December the 14th at 2 o'clock. That's right, 2 o'clock on the 14th, and you're going to get to watch it live if you can't be there, or you can go back and watch it after you enjoy the parade. You can watch it later on our Big G TV channel. Our coverage is presented by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Middle Tennessee Electric, Farm Bureau Insurance, Adam Tipton Agency, and Woodfin Funeral Chapel. So be sure to check out the Christmas Parade. Myself, John, Dalton, we're planning to bring you the Christmas Parade coverage on Big G TV Sunday, December 14th. And Big G TV coverage today brought to you by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, the only multi-specialty, physician-owned medical practice in Rutherford County. Serving the community with primary and specialty care, MMC is committed to keeping you healthy for life. A check of world news now coming up for you on WGNS. After this, from our friends at Recycle Right Tennessee.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit recyclerightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you.
Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right Tennessee.
Recycling isn't just about tossing materials in a bin, it's about knowing which materials are accepted. Go to recyclerightTN.com.
Recycle right Tennessee.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. Two people who've squared off with President Trump say the federal cases against them should be tossed out. Attorneys for former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James are challenging the legitimacy of the prosecutor. Justice correspondent Scott McFarland.
They're both arguing that the lead prosecutor in each of their cases, Lindsay Halligan, the newly appointed U.S. attorney here in Virginia, the one-time Trump White House aide, was unlawfully appointed. And because it's her name on each case, the cases should be dismissed.
The federal government's getting back to business today. The 43-day shutdown now over Everett Kelly, who heads a union that represents about 800,000 government workers, says it's been a struggle for many who've gone without a paycheck.
These are people that really want to work. These are people that, have a job, but to know that they got to resort to standing in line, long lines, to get food to eat for their families, it's not a pretty sight, and they were very devastated.
Officials warn it could be a while before airports get back to normal. About 1,000 flights have been canceled today. Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian on CBS Mornings.
Last couple days, the only cancellations that Delta had were the government-mandated cancellations for us, which is mostly on our smaller planes. And I expect by the weekend we're pretty much going to be full steam ahead.
The Pentagon says the military carried out a strike on an alleged drug boat this week. It happened in the Caribbean and killed 4 people on board. More than 30 people were hospitalized when there was a leak of anhydrous ammonia from a tanker truck in a hotel parking lot in Weatherford, Oklahoma.
We couldn't breathe. Like I thought I'm dying. I thought I'm going to quit running and just collapse on the floor.
Hundreds were evacuated from their homes. Bad news from West Virginia, where for days there's been a desperate search for a missing coal miner. His body has now been found.
Foreman Steve Lipscomb went missing Saturday in the Rolling Thunder mine after his crew struck an unknown pocket of water which flooded the mine. All week, crews had pumped out millions of gallons of water. This morning, the water levels were low enough for rescuers to go in. They had hoped to find Lipscomb alive in an air pocket. State Senator Jack Woodrum.
Many of these men, they haven't slept in days. So, keep all these people in your prayers.
West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey says the state will grieve together and stand together. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Former NFL star wide receiver Antonio Brown was released from a Miami jail this morning, released on $25,000 bail after pleading not guilty to second-degree attempted murder. Checking Wall Street. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 305 points. The NASDAQ is down more than 300. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of
Do your sinus infections always seem to come back no matter what you do? The pressure builds, the headaches drag on, the congestion makes it hard to sleep, hard to focus, hard to feel like yourself. Here's what most people don't actually know. Sinus infections keep coming back because your sinuses can't fully drain. That's why the pressure, the headaches, and the congestion keep coming back time and time again. Balloon sinuplasty gently opens your sinuses in a quick, in-office procedure, so the infections can finally clear. At Murfreesboro Sinus Center, they've helped thousands of patients break free from the sinus infection cycle, so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and finally feel like yourself again. Don't wait another season fighting sinus pain. Call Murfreesboro Sinus Center today at 615-649-4590 to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Call 615-649-4590. That's 615-649-4590.
It's the most magical day of the year, and you can watch it all live. Big G TV is where Christmas comes to life with coverage of the Murfreesboro Parade, Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. Brought to you by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Middle Tennessee Electric, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Woodfin Funeral Chapels. See every float, every smile, and the moment Santa arrives on Big G TV. Streaming at wgnsradio.com/parade.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care.
providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
Nikola Jokic put on a show in L.A.
Left side corner pass over to Bruce Brown. Split the defenders. Gets down the lane. Layup won't go. Tipped up and in by Jokic. And that's 54 for Joker in Los Angeles.
Altitude Radio Network on the call. Denver has won 6 in a row after topping the Clippers 130-116. Jokic had 25 points in the first quarter and ended with 55 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Thunder blew out the Lakers 121-92. Suns have won 4 in a row after defeating the Mavericks 123-114. Steph Curry had 46 points, and the Warriors took down the Spurs in San Antonio 125-120. Magic handed the Knicks their first loss at home, coming out on top 124-107, and the Pistons have won 8 in a row after defeating the Bulls 124-113. In the NHL, the Devils edged the Blackhawks 4-3 in overtime.
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, last night on WGNS, you got to hear the Blue Raider men on the road at Evansville take down the Purple Aces 77-72 as Middle Tennessee improves to 3-0. Kamari lands 23 points, including several key buckets in the closing minutes, and Sean Smith 17, and Javon Carter's 18 with 2 assists helped pull the Blue Raiders to victory. Next up for Middle Tennessee, it's on the road at undefeated and top 10 ranked Michigan. On WGNS coming up next, let's see, we've got Lady Raiders on Saturday. So our schedule will be Lady Raiders at 1:30 with Joe Fisher, and then we'll join the football game at Western Kentucky in progress. Then the Lady Raiders will play on the 20th versus Tennessee. It's a home game. And then the next Middle Tennessee men's basketball game is next Wednesday, the 19th. It's a 5 o'clock airtime for that one. On the high school scene, well, tonight it's WGNS Primetime Sports presented by Ideas Tees. 5 o'clock, 5 until 6 for Clark Blair, Rod Edwards, Danny Brewer. That'll be tonight, again, 5 o'clock on WGNS, getting you ready for the big weekend that is ahead in high school sports and local college sports. Friday night, we will have the Oakland Patriots as they host Bradley Central on radio. 6 o'clock for the Friday Night Thunder pregame, 6:30. Countdown to the game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Kickoff at 7 with Friday Night Thunder to follow, hopefully after an Oakland win. Other games that are going on that we're going to have a good idea, especially on those East Tennessee games that are happening. It's... We've got teams playing from Kingsport to Memphis, so we're stretching the entire state here with Rutherford County teams. Blackman is at Dobbins-Bennett, Riverdale at Maryville. Eagleville goes to Memphis to take on Memphis Middle College in the middle of Memphis. So MTCS travels west to Jackson to take on Trinity Christian, and PCA will host Friendship Christian. Those are the local games that we'll keep an eye on Friday night's coverage of high school football. Saturday morning, John Dinkins and I talk to the coaches. It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro. Conversation begins at 9. I think Cougar Corner is going to be on around 10:30 on Saturday. We've got 5 coaches we're going to talk to Saturday morning. All right, so that is our lineup here on WGNS. One more coaches show before the Thanksgiving break, and hopefully some high school football continuing on into the day after Thanksgiving and into December. High school basketball, looks like we're going to get started early to bring you a matchup with Eagleville and Central Magnet on Tuesday the 18th, and then pretty much that week of Thanksgiving. We've got MTSU tournaments and things of that nature. So our next action would be December 2nd. So that's kind of what we have planned for you right now. That's a look at the latest local sports. Let's talk to Josh Copley to find out what's going on statewide.
Access Tennessee Sports. I'm Josh Copley. The Vanderbilt men's basketball team would handle Eastern Kentucky, beating them by 30 points, 92-62. Tyler Harris would lead the Commodores in scoring with 17 points. Meanwhile, the number 20 Tennessee Vols would also take home a convincing victory over North Florida, 99-66, with J.P. Estrella dropping 23 points. The Memphis Grizzlies would get blown out on the road, losing by 36 points to the Boston Celtics, 131-95. Memphis was without Ja Morant due to an ankle injury he sustained against the Knicks. This is now the third loss in a row for the Grizzlies as their cold spell continues. The Nashville Soccer Club said goodbye to one of their most tenured players. Walker Zimmerman, a 32-year-old defender who has spent the last 6 seasons with Nashville, has departed the club and decided to test out free agency. His legacy in the Music City is undeniable, and he will be missed by fans and teammates. I'm Josh Copley with Access Tennessee Sports.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Dudley. More resources will soon come back online for Tennesseans now that President Trump has signed the bill to reopen the government. The Senate voted earlier this week 60-40 to pass a bill to fund the military, Veterans Affairs, the Department of Agriculture, and the legislative branch through September 30th, and the rest of the government through January 30th. 8 Democrats joined with 52 Republicans to meet that 60-vote threshold, sending the bill to the House. The House passed the measure last night and later signed by the president. Rutherford County Mayor Joe Carr has been seriously injured while training horses. Reports say the injuries happened at his farm in Las Casas Tuesday afternoon. Carr was taken to a Murfreesboro hospital following the incident, but later transferred to Vanderbilt. The mayor is reportedly receiving treatment for 9 broken ribs, a lacerated liver, and a semi-collapsed lung. He has released a statement thanking medical teams for his care. More news in 30 seconds.
Fresh cut greens and oven-warm bread, jars of sweet jam will be red. Good food, good folks, flavors that shine from winter's chill to spring sunshine. Every Friday, feel the spark. Rutherford County Market at Lane Agri Park.
Local farmers with local meats,
Rideshare service Uber has launched a new safety feature in Nashville this week, allowing women riders and women drivers to choose to match exclusively for safety measures. The company says the women preferences option is designed to give women more control, comfort, and choice, especially during late-night trips in the city's busiest entertainment districts. Women can turn on the setting now directly in the Uber app, starting today. Will Dudley, Access Tennessee News.
Fresh cut greens and oven-warm bread, jars of sweet jam will be red. Good food, good folks, flavors that shine from winter's chill to spring sunshine. Rutherford County Market at Lane Agri Park.
Local farmers with local meats, vegetables, and other produce at the Winter Spring Rutherford County Farmers Market every Friday through April.
You'll find it there from frost to boundless seas and sing. We're winter tough and welcoming spring. So bundle up and make your way every Friday at Lane Agri Park.
At the Lane Agri Park in Murfreesboro.
This is Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Auctions are such a fun and easy way to buy real estate. We've got lots coming up. Don't miss out on this one.
Here's a gem, a well-maintained 2-bedroom, 2-bath home on nearly an acre, fenced and featuring a huge 2-story detached garage. Just minutes from Sam Ridley Parkway, I-24 and I-840. The auction Saturday, November 15th at 10 a.m. Details at maplesrealtyandauction.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold by Maples Realty and Auction.
Whether it's a cough, a fever,
or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
News Radio WGNS.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
And Rutherford Issues is powered by our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. Celebrate the magic of the Christmas season in downtown Murfreesboro. The annual tree lighting is coming up on Friday. That is going to be December the 5th, 6 o'clock. So you don't want to miss out on that. Now, you can have good time with Santa, meet Santa, see what's going on there. The tree lighting, of course, caroling, all kinds of fun stuff at the tree lighting celebrated in downtown Murfreesboro, December 5th. Powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. State Representative Mike Sparks joins me here in studio this morning. And how are you?
Doing good, man. Just left MTSU. Had to disrupt the entire class and tell my instructor I'm leaving.
No, they celebrated, I'm sure.
It was good.
The disruption.
I was like, I'm sorry, I got to go to the radio station.
Disruption is when you're there.
Dan Eschenfelder, you know Dan.
Yeah, he probably was glad you left.
Well, he really is a good guy. But, you know, he was talking about this sports announcing class, and a couple of students showing interest. He said, man, we don't have enough folks that's interested. And I was interested in doing it. I was like, man, why don't you partner like a dual enrollment? How many young guys and girls would love that class? And so anyways, he only had like 4, I think, shown interest. But anyways, great guy, him and his wife, Dr. Christine Eschenfelder. Super people.
Yeah. Well, there just wasn't interest in that particular class that you were in?
Yeah, well, I asked him, I said, how many prerequisites? He said, well, you have to have this TV news. You know, that's the one that I'm auditing. I took it 6 or 7 years ago. But he said, well, that's the prerequisite other than that. And I was like, yeah, but man, you could tap that dual enrollment and all these high school seniors out here that'd be pumped to take that class.
Well, I mean, there are schools, Stewart's Creek, Blackman, Laverne,
he's been over there.
Smyrna.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have these programs.
You know, but it's just sad if they don't offer this class because they can't get enough students. But I thought, man, if you could tap that, boy, you'd fill that class up, you know.
In fact, this last football season, during the regular season, we partnered with Stewart's Creek Television, and they had students come out and do the video for our games. That's an
awesome school. You know, the mayor of town Smyrna had the Veterans Day celebration. They had Dr. Brian Russell had their men's. There's a certain word for it. I can't remember what the name is. In other words, it's a choir. But I went over and talked to them guys. Man, they sounded awesome. You know, I had the female choir up about 6 or 7 years ago at the state capitol. They sang "Amazing Grace," which is our Tennessee state hymn now.
You don't say.
Yeah,
I've heard that sometimes.
Anyways, they rocked that place, but it was so cool because the guy speaking, Keith McElroy, who was a trumpet player in the military, it was really touching because he talked about his uncle. They're out of Pulaski, African American guy. He says, you know, my uncle was shot in Vietnam, blown out of an APC, and I'm assuming the guy passed, and he looks over and he says, Uncle Joe, stand up. Oh man, it was really touching. The guy shot the neck and blown out of the Humvee, but or the APC, but still survived. But we got talking about the power of music, you know, with those young men, and the power of music for military, power of music for bringing people together. So anyways, hats off to Smyrna for doing David Santucci and Todd Spearman, Mayor Stabell for doing such a great event at the Veterans Day celebration.
Well, I know Stewart's Creek is going to help out, or they have over the years, with the Smyrna Christmas Parade, and the parade is on December 7th.
Yep.
And Wayne Blair and Rick Hall, who host the Roundtable on Tuesdays, they're going to MC the parade this year. It's the 50th parade.
Cool.
So
Well, Marty Luffman needs to be in that. You know, Marty literally helped start that parade 50 years ago, and then did the Laverne parade 50 years ago. And Laverne made him the Grand Marshal. It was really pretty cool. But I was telling our guest, Ankit Patel, he's already registered for the Christmas parade. I mean, that's the hallmark of celebration in Smyrna. Plus, I think they're doing the canned food drive as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would they raise like 25,000 cans about?
I don't know, but I think there's a great need this time around.
Yeah,
especially with the shutdown.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just a lot of hardship. I'd hopefully get all that stuff worked out and get back.
The government's got it handled. It's all going to be fine,
just,
right?
Just the government. Let them handle it.
Yeah, boy, you get politicians involved.
Well, $38 trillion in debt. I wrote an op-ed about 17 trillion
tariffs, but they're going to give money back. I don't know. Where's all this money coming from?
Well, even the 50-year mortgage. What's your thoughts on that?
Mm-hmm. Dave Ramsey died when he heard that. He rolled over.
I heard it was a meme or something.
The Babylon Bee did a thing.
I mean, you
about
think,
that.
okay, that's going to cause inflation if you think about it. I mean, those low interest rates is what attributed to these rising home prices, and it really is it's a concern. That's why I've got 2 grandbabies that I really, really worry about their future.
By the way, you should stay away from horses. And politicians.
I've never liked horses.
It happened to Tim Burchett this
Somebody
year.
told me that earlier today. I didn't know that.
Tim got kicked in the chest by a horse and broke some ribs. And I'm not sure what exactly happened to Mayor Carr, but
he got kicked, didn't he?
I don't know if it was kicked or what.
Okay.
But I know he had 9 broken ribs, a lacerated liver, and something else. But yeah.
Well,
but I think he's on the mend.
And prayers for Joe. It's
that's a rough recovery.
And I gave a buddy of mine a ride.
I saw him that morning, by the way, because that was on Veterans Day, and he was at the Veterans Day ceremony.
My friend needed a ride. He dropped his truck off at Danny Brewer's Dr. Automotive, and we were talking about somebody that passed away that younger in high school than me, a couple years younger. And I said, man, you're not promised tomorrow. My mother used to say, you're not promised tomorrow. We could be gone today. Mm-hmm. Hopefully Joe recovers quickly from this. And, and it's just, you just never know. You start getting a little older, you start seeing your friends and colleagues and relatives pass away and your classmates pass away. And I think you start kind of looking at life a little differently,
Well, so kind of tell me how you came to know Mr. Patel here and kind of introduce our guest today.
Ankit Patel, I've spoken, it's really strange. I've spoke at 7 Hindu events, and they've just reached out to me the past year and said, Mike, would you come in and say a few words? I'm like, yeah. I learned a little bit. But one thing I've learned about the Indian culture is man, there are some loving people. I mean, really. Yes. And y'all are business-minded, education-minded. So I happened to have lunch with Marty Luppin, Chris Rowland, my buddy Tony Campbell, and I think Roger Thomas, I believe, was there. So Chris mentioned you.
Yes.
Well, he owns a building, the Rowland Center over there across from Bob Parks and on Sam Ridley, and he mentioned you. And then I happened to speak at the Diwali event, and they had Scott Golden, the chairman of the Republican Party there, John DeBerry, advisor to the governor, and Scrimetti, the attorney general, was speaking. Then y'all asked me to say a few words, and I had a speech prepared, and my speech disappeared off my phone. So I know a couple of Indian terms, namaste and kamcho. So I just said that, which none of the other speakers know any of that kind of stuff. So it ended up going good, and I read off.
They have Google Translate too, but they know how to use their phones and find their speeches.
Well, my speech just vanished off my phone, but it went really good. So Chris, he said, man, Chris Rowland, he said, I've got my new business coming over. So it's about education, and I just thought, this would make a good topic. People are trying to make sure their kids excel and, get a scholarship and afford to pay for college and improve their lives. So that's why I brought Ankit Patel up here today about Kumon math and reading.
Well, good to have you.
It's a good pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
For sure.
So tell me about what is Kumon?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Kumon, math and reading. It's a after-school program. The whole thing started years ago in Japan. So Tura Kumon, he was having a hard time with his kids getting behind in the school education. So he started doing this worksheets for his kids, and worksheet after worksheets, right? He started mastering and getting self-confidence and accelerated his curriculum, right? So not he only, passed his struggle, but he went above and beyond his just level of math and reading. And slowly it just grew from there. And today, over, the whole globe, there's 4 million plus students getting, achievements from this Kumon math and reading, program. So it's more than just tutoring. If you think about like just regular tutoring, you have a teacher teaching, math and reading.
Mm-hmm.
This, franchise is above that, right? It helps students to do self-learning, gains confidence, right? Think about like when you're doing something that you're good at, you're motivated to do that, right?
Sure.
So just like that, here, when they do worksheets and they get confidence out of it, it helps them motivate. And, by the time they master, and then they just accelerate in their curriculum.
Well, that's just like Mike was so excited that he learned those 2 Indian words,
Yes.
and
Yes.
just the excitement in his face.
It freaks everybody out because they're not used to it.
That's true. That's true.
Well, but you say it with a Smyrna accent, so
I know,
I'm not
it's
sure
hard
that
to
it
pull it
really
off.
goes together. But
it's hard to pull it off.
so is this a business model that you're bringing, or kind of talk to us about how you're bringing this to this area?
Yeah, so, great point, like why we picked Smyrna as an area, right? A little bit background of myself and the family. So we have couple cousins who had actually went through the Kumon when they were, kids and growing up. Tell you the funny story, and it's actually a good story. So my cousin, she was pretty sick. Monday to Thursday, she wasn't able to, attend school. And then Friday she shows up and the teacher says, you know what, it's okay because we're doing quiz today, but you're not here whole, week, Monday to Thursday, so you can skip this. And the cousin goes like, no, that's okay. I would like to at least attempt to it, right? And sure enough, she attempted, and surprisingly, but good enough, she got 100. So the teacher was surprised, and the teacher called the parents and the student just to have a conversation. And that's when teacher found out that the cousin was actually enrolled into the Kumon program, and that's where they found out so Kumon, not just she was learning at the grade level, but she was accelerated, months in advance in her curriculum. So that's how she was able to still know the material without having to kind of go through the whole syllabus.
Yeah. Is there maybe some type of also with this? It's not maybe the particular lesson that was on that quiz, for instance, but it helps to give or increase your problem solving skills overall.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it. You nailed it right away. So when you do these worksheets, right, it helps you do the problem solving, because like I mentioned, it's not tutoring. It's not like, you teach and have someone forced into this. It's more of you learn. You go through these problem solving skills and discipline yourself, right? Because that's what we lack right today after post-COVID. I was reading on this NAEP, which is the National Assessment of Educational Progress, and they say post-COVID, it's really hard to focus and discipline yourself, right? Technologies is growing, right? So it's so hard you're always on the phone, right? So getting young students to get that writing skills and discipline themselves, this is where this program really helps.
Well, I think the phone also offers a problem in that if you've got a question, you can ask it and it will give you an answer.
Yes.
It's just so easy to, instead of maybe learning your history,
yep,
just if you have a question, ask a device.
Yes, that ChatGPT does it all for you. But it really, this program, not just academically, but it helps you, like I mentioned, problem solving, thinking outside the box, right? You ran into this issue, okay, it's tutor, they can just tell you, okay, go do this, versus in this program, you're figuring out yourself, like you're going at your pace, self-learning it, and kind of going outside the box. Okay, I'm stuck here, how do I go around this? So it helps them to just go outside their comfort zone as well.
Yeah, is it done on grade level, or how does that work in terms of where do you start?
Yeah.
If you've got a fifth grader, do you start at the beginning or do you start in the middle? How does all that work?
Yep. So with the Kumon, we start from level 3-year-old all the way to the 12. And the way it works is we do free assessment. So when, fifth graders, fourth grader, when they come in, we give them an assessment test, 15 minutes per each subject, math and reading. And based off of that, we have a consultation meeting with the parents and say, hey, look, the children are doing great at this level or this area, but they are really lacking or they could improve on this area. So what we do is we just take that level and bit we lower it down.
Mm-hmm.
What it helps is when
that
they
confidence you were talking about, right?
Yes, the confidence. Yes. So when you lower it, when they start doing these worksheets at a time, confidence. They're like, I got this. I can do this, and it builds that confidence, builds the mastery, and then they go to the next level, and then continue to build off of that.
Yeah.
But it's that foundation, right? Like think about once you have that strong foundation, the building foundation is strong, then you can go as many high as you want.
So what subject matters? I mean, I think when you think of school, you think of reading, writing, math, science, all the STEM. So, I mean, is it going to help in all of those subject areas?
Yes. So we're focusing on the math and the reading.
Okay.
And mainly reason for that, if you look at even the AI world today, if you want to accelerate in technologies as well, numbers and your capability of listening and reading, right? Those are the most two base foundations. So once you kind of get hold of these two, I think the rest would just come as a naturally.
So you mentioned starts at age 3 and goes through 12th grade.
Yep.
Any maybe look at in the future going up to mid-50s state lawmaker level? I'm just kidding.
Well, what I like about this is the Kaizen, the Japanese management philosophy angle. Because one thing, anybody that worked at Nissan, man, that's one thing that the Japanese emphasize. I mean, they build the best cars. Mm-hmm. They build really the best motorcycles. I mean, Harley Davidson owners may disagree, but it's constantly never-ending improvement. It was Dr. Deming it was America that really brought all that management philosophy to the Japanese, and then they took our ideas and made them better.
Yeah.
So I think that Kaizen aspect is just brilliant, because like we were talking out in the hallway, about just being on your A game, whether it's an athlete, on your diet, exercise, sleep, your mental health, and so that's kind of what I see what y'all are doing.
Yeah, and as you brought up a good point, it's the discipline or that kind of the scheduling, right?
Yep.
So what this also helps the parents as a bonding, right? Because it's not tutoring, right? When we do this worksheets and give them home, like 5 worksheets or so to do at complete at home, parents can sit down with them and do that bonding, right? Just have that parent and children bonding together, because at that point they're not really teaching them. The kids are just doing the worksheets as 15 minutes a day or so, but parents can sit down in front of them and kind of see it and do the bonding. And then discipline in sense of, okay, 15 minutes you do this, but then after that you get to play for 30 minutes and then, you go to sleep. So it helps them do that schedule in their routine life.
So now this is a business venture too. I mean, we've got like a minute or two left. I want to make sure that if this is something that our listeners can find out more about, that they know where to go. So kind of talk to us about that.
Yeah, for sure. So we, as I mentioned, we are opening in Smyrna right off the Sam Redley. December 1st is when the class will start. But as of this week in November, we are doing free assessment. So check us out. Again, if you just Google Kumon, Smyrna, Tennessee, we're right on that Sam Redley. The reason, again, we picked Smyrna is, there's a lot of schools. Magna schools are there. And speaking of the assessment, the NAEP, it shows that Tennessee and Smyrna is really needed to accelerate in math and reading. So, we feel like this franchise is going to help the community. So yes, we are a business, but at the same time, we are helping community to grow the education portion as well. So we welcome the community to come check us out.
Yeah, very good. Great having you here today. And Mike, I'm sure that we'll talk a little bit in the future about it, huh?
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Absolutely. Our friend State Representative Mike Sparks and Ankit Patel joining us here on the show today. Thanks so very much for joining, and we'll see you back here next time on Rutherford Issues.
Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro families with compassion and care since.
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.